compulsory dance competition underway in Vancouver.
A look at Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz of Canada, and this, the Tango Romantica. Their technique is very strong and solid in this dance, and because of that, they were really able to express it. I've noticed such a difference in them this year. The way they are expressing their dances is a sharp, snappy expression, which is what you want when you're dancing the tango.
Remember, they were not at the World Championships a year ago because of injury. So far, their comeback has looked very strong.
Tied for second place with the Russians.
In their group, and Marie-France Dubray, Patrice Lazon, second-ranked team in Canada, last year's Canadian champions who had a great World Championships in Nice, France, finishing 10th last year. They are 6th in their grouping, so technically there are 11 teams ahead of them.
And this is their rumba, a very edgy, good dance, a good start for them in this competition.
So after the compulsory dances, the Group B standings, Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz tied with Irina Lobacheva and Ilya Avermuk of Russia, Barbara Fuzerpoli and Maurizio Margalio of Italy, the leaders. They were the world silver medalists a year ago, and they just beat Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pesera at the European Championships. The French champions lead Group A standings. We'll have the original dance coming up on Thursday. Men's final flight getting ready. Let's go down to Dave Randorf.
For Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz, they are four-time world bronze medalists. They won it 4 straight years, from '96 right through 1999. They could not compete last year at the World Championships in Nice, France, due to that knee injury to Shailene Bourne, but they are back at home and very happy. However, it has been a long road for the 8-time Canadian dance champs. In 1993, Bourne and Kratz made the leap from junior to senior dance champions of Canada. In one short year, their names became synonymous with speed, technique, and hydroblading. At their peak, they created unique programs, including their classic river dance. But following a judging scandal at the Nagano Olympics, Shay and Vic struggled to skate up to their goals. They lost their direction, and they believe it began in 1998.
River dance, I'd say, was almost the beginning of a change happened to come. After that program, it was sort of difficult to find your way. What is exactly, where is it that we want to go? We've done traditional, we have done film theme. Where is it that we want to go? That following year when we went to Helsinki, I think we did a great program, but it was also a mistake because we chose music that was very difficult. It was techno-pop. It was just a storyline, something that, you know, Shailene being a really good skater, I'm being a really good skater, and we skate together, you know, into the future. But there was never really a good storyline where we really connected. It was just a modern storyline. That was like the 4th time we placed 3rd.
Disappointed at failing to climb up the dance rankings, Shay and Vic sensed something was wrong, but continued on a path they had been traveling, a path that ultimately led to the team unraveling.
By having sort of gone and finished the season the way we did last year, which we really didn't finish this season, we went to January in the Champions Series final in Lyon, and we came off that, and all the people that we used to beat, all of a sudden they were ahead of us. And all of a sudden you sit back and it's like, wow, the Russians beat us, the Lithuanians beat us, the French beat us, the Italians beat us. And all of a sudden we're like in 5th spot. We're like, I haven't been in that position in such a long time. And you become all of a sudden from like the champion to like the underdog. There were a lot of people that I felt that were always around you when you're doing well. And all of a sudden, because of what happened, they were gone. They were just like air. And no matter where you turned or what you did, they were nowhere to be found. And for me, that was very strange because it was like they always wanted you, and now it's like they didn't want you. You know, you were all, it's like an old toy that you put on the side you don't play with anymore.
Bourne and Kratz knew it was time for a coaching change, but most were reluctant to take on a team considered to be struggling. Finally, their call for help was answered by legendary coach Tatiana Tarasova.
She said, don't expect miracles this year. It's going to be very difficult for you guys, but I'll work you as hard as I can, and I'm trying to work you back up to where you're supposed to be.
And she basically said it's the skating that has to do it. You have to skate 150%, and that's what will sell it, is your what you're doing out there on the ice.
You should never underestimate competitors. They're like a sleeping giant. I mean, don't ever expect anybody to just roll over and die. You know, always fight to the last minute.
Boy, that sounds like the mantra of someone we know who happens to be on the ice right now. Final flight of the men. Don't forget, the original dance goes Thursday here in Vancouver and on CTV. And Elvis Stojko getting ready for his short program.
And he has been working on his triple axel. That was the jump that gave him the most difficulty in his qualifying round. And remember, it's the left knee of his that was injured, and that's the takeoff knee right there. And that was a double. He has yet to land the triple axel. He will need it in the short program.
This jump was a weapon of his. It was a gimme. We're not used to seeing Elvis Stojko not land a triple axel, but keep in mind, the last time he was on competitive ice was at the World Championships a year ago, where he captured the silver medal. Todd Eldredge hasn't been at the Worlds the last couple of years. He won in Canada 1996. Since that time, however, everybody has upped the ante by delivering the quadruple jump.
Let's see if he'll try it here. He is going to decide after the warm-up whether or not he will try the quad in his program. We talked to his coach, Richard Callahan. We said, who will make the decision? And his coach says, I will make the final decision after his warm-up. And here is Takeshi Honda, first in his qualifying group, a fantastic skater. But Takeshi, like Emmanuel, struggles with the short program. In the qualifying round, Takeshi missed his first 3 elements, but came back flying. Well, he will not have that luxury in the short program. If he misses his first 3 jumps, he will be dropped way down in the standings. You cannot add a jump in the short program.
Elvis will skate after Takeshi Honda. And you know one thing about Elvis Stojko, he also feeds off the crowd. Unlike what we may have seen earlier with Emmanuel Sandou and his inability to focus, Elvis Stojko has never had a problem in that department.
And he will use the crowd and the energy to hopefully help him lift his performance.
Representing Russia, Yevgeny Plushenko.
Evgeny Plushenko knows that Alexei Yagudin is the leader. If Plushenko can beat Yagudin in the short program, Plushenko could be on his way to a world title. At least Yagudin is out of his way.
For now, Yevgeny Plushenko skates clean all year. He always looks unbeatable. Where he has his trouble is in the World Championships. Skating to the music of Bolero. Combination quad toe. Triple toe.
The Russians are putting on a show tonight. The new rivalry in the world, Plushenko and Yagudin. Can Alexei stay on top here in this short program? Marks in a moment. Plushenko, athlete, artist, comedian. He's having some fun out there tonight here in Vancouver. The key for him to stay ahead of Alexei Yagudin.
Take a look at his quad. Very nice jump with the triple toe for his second jump. I thought stronger than Yagudin's combination. I've seen him do better triple axels. A little shaky there on the landing where he was leaning forward. He has good innovative spins with this, the Bielman position.
Two-time world silver medalist, has had meltdowns in free skates in the past, has been denied the top of the podium. 18 years old. Backstage, Alexei Yagudin knows that he must stay ahead of Plushenko after the short program if the map is to work out and he has a shot at winning another world title. But these marks for Plushenko for required elements are very, very strong. And for presentation, just as strong. Plushenko is first in the short program, and he is first overall. And might become the world champion this year. Had trouble with the quad yesterday. No trouble today. Yagudin did everything he could. But he still has a shot, a good shot at a podium. 5 skaters to come tonight. Elvis is backstage forming up the American flag in the end zone here at GM Place with the placards because the American champion is on ice. Another quadruple specialist, Timothy Gable.
When he won his title at the U.S. National Championships, he made 2 errors in the short program. He is definitely a long program skater. His quad, his strength, and it's coming up now. Quad sow. Triple toe. Triple axel. Yes.
He was 12th a year ago. He won't be 12th this year. Kratz champion. We used to call him Kid Quad. First man to ever land a quad Salchow, land 3 quads in one program, landed this quad Salchow in the short program.
Quad Salchow in combination with the triple toe, slightly shaky there on the landing. You could see the toe pick dig in, but he held on to it. A nice solid triple axle. Big difference, though, between Timothy and the Russians would be the footwork. The Russians' footwork more intricate, had more speed, but what a great performance for Timothy. And look at this first set of marks.
Good set of marks. Keep in mind, however, with Yagudin and Plushenko and what they have done, they have set the bar pretty high themselves. Gable is now 3rd in the short program. He was tied for 5th after qualifying, and he now moves into 2nd place. Presentation marks are kind of all over the map, but the ordinals pretty straightforward. 3rds, 5ths, and a 4th. Gable 2nd, Plushenko leads, Yagudin is 3rd. And now one of the leaders from the qualifying groups of yesterday.
Representing Japan, Takeshi Honda.
Takeshi started very slowly out of the starting blocks yesterday in the qualifying round, but finished strong. And now he has a really good shot at getting into podium contention for the free skate on Thursday.
If, and it's a big if, he can get through this short program. It's exquisite. The music, Don Quixote. His first jump will be the quad.
Takeshi Honda will turn 20 on Friday. Was not his night tonight. Will need a big skate Thursday. And next, Elvis Stojko at the Worlds. Elvis Stojko is next. Short program continuing here in Vancouver. Evgeny Plushenko leads. Timothy Gable is 2nd. Alexei Yagudin 3rd. Yagudin making a big leap up the leaderboard. Takeshi Honda, who used to train with Elvis at the Mariposa Club in Barrie, Ontario.
Coach Doug Lee is discussing the performance with him. Here's a quad. Watch his upper body. It starts to turn before he picks in, and his lower body cannot catch up with it. You have to turn as a unit. I love the entry into this jump. It makes it much more difficult. A spread eagle, but as he went in to the triple axel, his takeoff edge slipped. He had good footwork into his triple lutz. Look at that, stepping right into it, unlike some of the other skaters. And there, that is what he's capable of. Last year, he was 17th in the short program at Worlds and 5th in the long.
Oh, he gets hammered here
4-8
for the elements. Takeshi, who won his pool with Elvis yesterday,
4-9 5-1
is going to head to the free skate. Barely in the top 10. He right now is 6th with 3 skaters to come. So a tough night for Takeshi Honda. Tough when you can't deliver in the clutch. We know Elvis has delivered before in the clutch. And guess what? It's that time again.
Our next competitor, representing Canada, Elvis Stojko.
Beginning the night tied for 3rd. His 11th World Championships. But this time it's so different. He has had to battle back from injuries, a litany of them, and has not skated competitively all season long.
This music, though, an old friend of Elvis's. It's the Cirque du Soleil, the same short program he skated to last year. Slight variation, though, in the music. Hardest jump for Elvis this week has been the triple axel. Here it is.
Not going to be good enough. Not this time for Elvis Stojko, who hasn't landed a clean quadruple jump in over a year, the national championships, and this week has not landed a triple axel. And will need the free skate of his life on Thursday night if he wants to get to the podium.
You knew on his footwork, on his warm-up, he was struggling with the triple axel. You know, he had it. He was landing on a back outside edge, just caught his heel. Very disappointing for Elvis. And then he had to get up and go right into this, the quad. He was a little slow to get up and start rotating. He did not complete the rotations before he was down. Here's his footwork into the triple Lutz, the jump that he was able to hang on to.
There's his mom, Irene. Boy, that hurts. Canadian fans aren't used to seeing that.
Well, and you could sense it in the audience as Elvis was skating. As soon as he missed the axle, the entire arena was still and quiet. They're cheering him on here, though.
He has been such a great champion over the years. His goal, he says, is to stay in, skate at the Olympic Games next year, and even at next year's Worlds, which will be in Nagano. It'll be an interesting chapter, final chapter in his story. But this is not what he wanted here tonight.
A mandatory 0.8 will come off the first set of marks for the 2 missed jumps.
The marks for required elements.
And look at these marks again. When was the last time Elvis Stojko saw this type of a panel? These marks at the Worlds.
4947. The marks for presentation.
And he won't make excuses either. He's not that type of a skater, not that type of an athlete. Whether it was the lack of training and preparation leading up to this event, this is not what he envisioned. He told me a few weeks ago that he could see himself at the Worlds and on a podium. Almost an impossible task now.
Our next competitor from the United States, Todd Eldredge.
So now the pendulum shifts to another veteran, almost the same age as Elvis, who will turn 29 on Thursday. Todd Eldredge is 29, has not been at the Worlds in a couple of years, but he had the skate of the day yesterday in the qualifier without a quad.
And his coach has instructed him to take the quad out of his program to play it safe. Going for a clean skate and opening with his triple flip, triple toe combination.
did it again.
Who needs the quad anyway?
If it's in Canada, it must be Todd Eldredge's moment. World champion in Edmonton in 1996. Another fabulous skate on Canadian ice here tonight. Forced him to withdraw. This ankle is looking better than ever, and so is Todd Eldredge.
That, a triple flip, triple toe combination, great position in the air. He really travels in his jumps here, his triple axel, and look at the solid landing there. A lower base mark because he did not do the quad, but here's how you raise your base mark with a spin like this one.
He too wants to skate on to Salt Lake City. He's been to 4 worlds, 3 silver medals, 1 gold. Has never had an Olympic medal. That's what he wants next year. Could he do it without a quad? The lower base mark will come because he did not have a quadruple jump. The fans in Canada love him, as you can tell, because they're giving it to the judges right now.
And they don't know that necessarily that he did not do a quad in that performance. A triple flip is much easier than a quad toe, and Todd decided instead of risking it, he would play it safe to get good marks.
That Slovakian judge
doesn't belong here.
Does not belong on that panel. That's for presentation. Todd Eldredge is an incredible presenter on the ice. He's one of the best skaters in the world. A 7th is so far out of line. However, Todd is in 2nd place behind Evgeny Plushenko heading to the free skate. Alexei Yagudin, who was 2nd in the short program, is in 3rd. Elvis is 9th right now. Emmanuel Sandu 13th. Interesting night. And now the final skater, Stanik Jeanette. Now, can he be reeled in by all of the excitement and drama we've had here tonight? Or will this be anticlimax? Tied for 5th before the night began.
His music is Calder by Maxime Rodriguez. And this program is inspired by the sculpture of the same name. Some of Calder's work based on the balance. And that's the theme of this program. Getting positions. Nice triple axel. A double toe for his 2nd jump. Triple turn to a double.
Lukewarm response. Lukewarm performance. Capping off what was a very dramatic night here in Vancouver. They come back. For Stanik Jeanette, it was anticlimactic. Sometimes you wonder about the way they draw in skating. It would be nice to skate in reverse order. Tough lot for Jeanette, but came out flying.
Very unique choreography, but in order for his artistry to be effective, you have to have the good technique. You have to have the jumps. One of the better moments in his program. Great position on that back sit spin.
The marks for Stanik.
Certainly different. Stanik Jeanette, final skater of the night. And what a night. Comeback incredible by Alexei Yagudin, and then the fall of Elvis Stojko, maybe some self-doubt creeping in as well. He is currently in 9th. Jeanette probably will be ranked lower than him, so Elvis will probably skate on Thursday night in 9th place. Reminds you of 1996 when he was 7th after the short program, and it was too much to carry. However, he does have some skaters ahead of him he may be able to beat on Thursday, but Elvis just doesn't look ready right now. Here are the marks for Stanik Jeanette. And in fact, he does move ahead of Elvis Stojko, the presentation mark. So Elvis won't be 9th. He will be 10th. And on Thursday night, it's going to be a United States versus Russia free skate. 2 Americans, 2 Russians. Evgeny Plushenko, the 18-year-old from Russia, landed the quadruple jump, near flawless in his performance. The leader heading to the men's free skate Thursday night at the Worlds. Todd Eldredge, how about that? 2nd place, Alexei Yagudin moves up to 3rd. Began the night tied for 9th. Elvis Stojko began the night in 3rd, and he has fallen all the way to 10th place. What a terribly disappointing night and moment for Elvis Stojko. Emmanuel Sandu also disappointed. Not a good night for Canada at all here in Vancouver. Here's Dave Randorf.
Elvis, a couple of times out there you mouthed the words "I'm sorry" to the television audience out there, and I would suggest, man, you know, after all you've done for skating in this country and around the world, that you don't need to apologize.
Well, it's for me, I have to, regardless of what anyone else thinks, and it's the fact that a lot of people wanted me to do better, but I know I'm doing it for myself, and in a lot of ways I wanted to show everyone that I could do it as well. And I wanted to do it tonight and have a setup for the long program, but it didn't happen. And it's tough. It's really hard, but you know, you got to face it and move on. And I wish it was better.
Yeah, you were very emotional after coming off the ice. Given your situation, the fact that you haven't competed really since last year's World Championships, anybody is going to cut you slack in that situation. Do you take any solace there at all?
No. Because it's, I know what I need to do. I know I was prepared for this and I didn't do it. And it's just simple as that. I'll have to look back and see when I get more chance to analyze it and see what went wrong or whatever. But I could look at it again. Practices felt great. I feel good. I felt confident. It just didn't work.
With the injuries not a factor, and with this weighing on your shoulders, how do you rebuild and come out strong again for Thursday night?
One step at a time. I'll have to sort it out. I at least have a day off to kind of think about it. It's hard to kind of decide the plan already. I need to sort of analyze and see what I have to check out and get myself back in gear because it takes a little bit of time, but I think I can rebound.
I think you know there are skating fans across this country wearing this one with you, so thank you very much for your time and best of luck on Thursday.
Thanks a lot.